feeling like I'm academics. Can't ride away.
Shade Room be late on everything now. I be having to go like neighborhood talking. And this thing used to work for Shade Room. What the fuck? Okay. Alrighty then. Okay. Good. So I guess we could get into the Drake stuff. So Drake popped up, if you guys don't know, at an event last night in Toronto. And while he was on stage, he gave a speech, and the speech spoke primarily towards people being fake friends. Obviously, we know what Drake's been going through. We know that people who historically he's helped out, we won't necessarily call them friends or not, but people who you thought that he was cool with, people who he's probably called his friends, they don't fuck with him no more. Or they've stayed distantly silent, and they haven't really said anything to or about his situation where he feels he's getting jumped in a 20v1. Okay? This is a speech he gave last night.
Thank you. Listen, I'm going to tell you one thing about nostalgia. One thing about nostalgia, this party here. My real friends are definitely in the building. But I'm going to tell you, you're going to come to a point in life where people you thought were friends or people you thought were close to you, they might switch up. They might try and move funny with you. They might stab you in the back. They might do a lot of things to you. You'll come to that realization. Wherever you're at in life, you've probably been there and you'll be there again. That's how life is. But look, sometimes it's you and you alone by yourself. Sometimes it's you alone with your thoughts. Sometimes, you know what? Play the song, don't worry. Thank you.
And apparently he plays a song, Me, Myself, and I, which is by Beyonce. Now, if you think that's really random, not as random, I don't know what the event was last night. Apparently the event, the place was Nostalgia Toronto. It's like a venue or something like that. I don't know. Was it Nostalgia Con? I don't know what the fuck. What was that? Few details? No, this is not it. What was the event called? Let me go and Keep Six Solid. They had the details. So Keep Six Solid mentioned that Drake was at a place called Nostalgia, and he gave the speech. Let me see. Nostalgia Toronto. This is a place here. Okay, this is where it's at. Tickets. So that's the tickets for last night. Yeah, they didn't even have like a performer. Maybe he just popped up. That's crazy. That's crazy if he just like randomly popped up. I do know that he did show up with Mario. And let me see. Apparently Mario was out there with him. And I'll show you videos of that. Keep Six Solid. Where are the videos of him and Mario? Let's go to Twitter. Drake, Mario. Yeah, and apparently this was last night.
Our friends right now? Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
I wonder if Drake, Drake, you're a bigger star than Mario. Him being on stage while this guy's performing, I wonder if it's a distraction or like it helps the vibes. Because it's like, the biggest star in the world is standing right next to you and he's like doing all this shit. Probably helps, right? Look like a good vibe, right? And by the way, Drake got the BlackBerry on the hip with the old school, outfit. This is one thing that people don't give credit to Drake for, even though, like, I feel like I was just criticizing him just now. It's like, bro, he's throwing the alley-oop to, like, a guy who's a legend in the game. Drake don't got to do this. He don't have to be there giving people credit. But every time you see Drake on stage with someone else, it's kind of like what Kendrick said. I see it's 3 GOATs left, and I see 2 of them kissing and hugging on stage, right? It's like you always see Drake on stage, like, giving somebody the ultimate credit, which, I mean, you could call it dick riding, but you could be like, yo, bro, a nigga who is a bigger artist than the other person is telling people why this person who's not as big as an artist as them is dope. Like, he's not, like, he's passing the ball. He's actually sharing his platform more than hating, right? This man just dropped the album. So he's talking about he just dropped an album. I didn't know that. Okay.
Yo, Corey, make it sexy. Like, it's like the girls are wet. Yeah. Stop. It doesn't need to be so bright. Make it, the ladies are wet. They came to see Mario tonight. Like, we like, put like a nice blue light on the stage. Let's get right. Go ahead. Sorry, brother. I apologize. Yo, Corey, make it sexy. Like, it's like the girls are wet. Yeah. Stop. It doesn't need to be so bright. Make it, the ladies are wet. They came to see Mario tonight. Like, we like.
Okay.
Yes.
And by the way, this is also important too because Drake should show love to the new, to the old school and even newer R&B artists. Like Drake operates and kind of lives in the R&B space as well. Like if you think about Virginia Beach, Days in the East, you think about I Know Girls Love Beyonce. Like there's so many songs that Drake has that's R&B. Like I know Drake shows love to the newer rap artists when he usually debuts on their song or gives them a feature. But why shouldn't he show love to R&B? Drake has benefited from having also an R&B catalog as well, right? So, he shows love to people, but I know some people like, yo, damn, what he got in common with Mario? Well, shit. Maybe he's showing his inspirations. Who knows? Oh, baby, you got what I need. Say I'm just a friend. Say I'm just a friend. Yo, chat, y'all gotta stop. Somebody be like, oh, he's clout chasing. You think he's clout chasing Mario, bro? Like, y'all got to stop. Bro, just tell me you hate Drake, bro. Say I'm just a friend. Okay, bet. Okay. All right, we seen all this. What I'll say to Drake talking about fake friends is that there's an interesting conversation that's being had. And I think it's interesting in both facets, whether I agree with it or not. I agree. I think Drake has been betrayed by people who he has considered friends. I agree with that. But also, I'm savvy enough to know that, well, other people felt they've been betrayed by Drake when they thought Drake was friends. Maybe not in the sense of they're colluding or they're joining forces with other niggas to diss Drake, or Drake was colluding or siding with other people to diss them. But Drake was super friendly and buddy when they were on the come up and they had a hit song that Drake felt he could, use or be a part of. And whether that goes for Block Boy JB or it goes for the litany of artists that feel like, yo, well, Drake wanted to have one of the hottest songs in the club at the time, and I had the hottest song, and all right, we were mad cool at that point. He said I was his twin, I was his gang. And as soon as I cooled off and I wasn't relevant anymore enough, or he didn't need me anymore, he didn't fuck with me anymore. So maybe there's people who think that about Drake, and someone said to me, they said, how is it different what Drake is saying about these other guys? He thought they were friends. They really weren't. It's like how he views other artists that he's just jumped on a song and not giving a fuck about. Maybe those guys were like, you know, these new guys, whether it's Rick Ross, whether it's Future, Metro Boomin, whether it's The Weeknd, whether it's Kendrick, whether it's J. Cole, whether it's anybody, whether it's A$AP Rocky, maybe they're now saying, Drake, we just don't feel like we need you anymore, so we're good. Is that snaking them? Because they're saying that Drake has forgotten people who gotten washed up or Drake didn't need them anymore. And I thought about it and I said, that's a good point. That is a good point. I guess the only difference is if you feel it's strictly business, which by the way, I do blame Drake for trying to like take these rap relationships to be like, oh, you're my brother, you're my twin. I blame Drake for that. But if we're going to compare it to like, oh, well, shit, Block Boy JB can't get him on the phone right now. Like, yo, he did the same to other people. It's all good as long as you're not contributing or you're not like piling on to his jumping, right? If you're not in the 20v1, that's cool. Now, let's talk about all these people. Are they involved in the 20v1? J. Cole, is he involved? I don't think so. Could Drake be disappointed by him? Probably. Does he really have footing in shit? Maybe he's one of those like, yo, Drake, same way you had these artificial relationships with people, yeah, your relationship with J. Cole was artificial too. Can't blame J. Cole. Let's see who else. Rick Ross. Feels a little bit different. All right, Rick Ross. Get it. Maybe at this point you didn't need Drake or whatever the case is. But you didn't have to pile on. Now, obviously, Rick Ross's decision to pile on was like, oh, nah, Drake, he denied French record. Okay, whatever. But I guess that's the difference, right? It's not about if you're treating Drake like maybe he's treated other artists. It's if you are joining in on this consortium of trying to get rid of Drake. I guess that's the problem. And I agree with that, right? Like, even if you ain't fucking with him no more, you don't got to be jumping in with the niggas who are now teaming up to get him. So, I agree with that, too. Yeah, so. A lot of these videos were floating around.
Not yet, please. Yeah, we here. Yo, Corey, make it sexy, like.
A bunch of these videos.
Yeah, because I'm funny. Watch out. Excuse me. Can I get my face?
So Drake saying people might switch up, they might stab you in the back. Do I think a little bit of that is playing victim? Slightly. Do I think a whole lot of that is him saying, yeah, y'all don't fuck with me no more? Or like, yeah, maybe we're not as cool as we used to be, but you don't got to be siding with my ops, right? The guys who directly are coming for me, y'all are siding with them. Who are these people? Metro Boomin and Kendrick. Why are y'all directly siding with Metro Boomin? If we just kind of fell out over the way, or we're just not as cool, or maybe we weren't ever friends, or maybe you realized we weren't friends at one point because, I don't know, maybe you wanted a repost by Drake or a feature by Drake and Drake didn't give it to you. So you realize, man, I ain't that cool with him. All right, that's fine. Like, you don't got to fuck with him, but does that mean you have to join in on a bunch of people plotting to eradicate him? I think that's a good point as well, right? Anyway, we will see what happens. Yo, Drake, I'll say this last part just to me. It's a reason why niggas keep thinking that you're the guy just giving out fake love. Like, bruv, it's no way you love Mario's music like this, bro. Like the way Drake be acting like he's the BFF with a nigga on stage. Ain't no way you like that nigga music. Like this nigga is in Mario's mouth more than the girls, bro. Like he's like, yo, like Drake, come on, just chill, bro. Okay. Anyway.
Started this party here. My real friends are.
Okay, we heard all that. Anything else? I do not think so.
Every night.
Okay. All right. All right, bet. All right. It is what it is. Well, we get to Cardi B and Offset. I know some of y'all are mentioning that.